All right. Ready?
I'm ready.
The
Morning.
cube.
The cube.
What's up, everybody? I should try like a deep radio voice in my podcast one of these days. How's it going, everyone? We are doing the official launch of BishopBrothers Documented, and this is just going to be kind of a behind-the-scenes look into the life as to what it actually looks like to do what we're trying to do and to chase the dream and to just share some lessons and some funny moments and all those good things along the way. And every week we're going to intro with something funny, and I'm going to make fun of Tyler today because
Hey-o.
the Rubik's Cube was something that I learned, and he hates being worse than me at things. So he felt the need to learn it, but I can still do it faster than him.
Yeah,
and I'm not going to let him respond to that.
Dude,
So
you don't even own a... This is not even like the speed cube. I bought like the one that like it like is less. There's less friction. Like goes a lot faster.
his
like
is more
that's what you
oiled,
need.
so he's cheating. He has an unfair competitive advantage.
Do you want this touching the microphone? Like, do you want this off a little bit? Or
Look at him being all like technical. We can't get this guy to like be normal. Hey,
Is that right?
it's fine.
Is that? I've never actually used a microphone with like the. What do you call this? The
pop filter.
Pop filter. I was gonna call it like the
Peace.
spit filter. I should know better.
So, you ready for question one?
Yeah.
Okay. Question one is, what is something personal that happened to you this week? Talk to me.
Oh dang. There's a lot of business things this week. Did we do anything personal?
I think so.
No, it's been a really good week. There's been a lot of accomplishments and a lot of lessons learned for the two of us. I just feel like every week we look back and we've learned about 10 new things between the two of us, especially as Timmy and I are now partnering together, and every day we're getting better and faster at how we actually want this thing to operate and work. But personal update of the week, I'd say one thing I'm feeling kind of crappy about is the fact that I haven't worked out in like 3 days now, and usually I get at least one. I only work out one time a day, but I usually try to work out every single day. But I at least got one leg workout in this week, and my New Year's resolution, kind of a joke. Everyone was asking me what my New Year's resolution was, so I told them that the New Year's resolution for 2020 is to not skip leg day. So at least I'm on track. Doing leg day at least once a week.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Big things already coming.
We saw Russell Westbrook play last night at the Target Center, and I'm trying to get some moves like him. You know, like that guy's athletic and quick, and he's got some powerful legs.
I know.
You know, maybe one day I'll be dunking if I do leg day every single week for the next 52 weeks.
We weren't blessed with height or
We might have been
having
blessed with a little
darker
bit of
skin.
with a little bit of jumping abilities.
Yeah, athleticism a bit. Not Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick. He scored 45 points.
Yeah, it was dope.
It was awesome.
It was dope. Fun to watch. Sorry,
to watch.
T-Wolves. Sorry,
Yeah.
Wolves. Little pups out there.
I know. They kind of suck. Not ideal.
Yeah. Anything big happened this week for you in the personal world, whether positives or negatives?
Yeah. So the resolution for me in January was like just more of a short-term goal. I basically wanted to actually attempt a dry January. I know it's going all over social media, but I feel like we just have so much to do, and there's so much that that we haven't done yet, and I just felt like I needed to like fully lock in this month. So that came with its challenges. I mean, you're not being as social the last couple of weeks for sure, but really with a purpose. I know we talked about this, but like really where our goals are and our reality like aren't exactly matching right now, and that's probably true for your entire life. You have goals and you're striving for them, you're trying to reach them, but like I'm still living in mom and dad's house, and like we're literally recording this in my bedroom, and eating rice and beans and for most meals. So like there's some things that I feel like I really want to get to and really want to accomplish, obviously more in the short term, but also like these huge big goals right now are just like in my head, and they're just always stirring there. So it was good to put some perspective on like what's going on in life right now, and to say, okay, like it's okay that I'm not going out as much or doing these other things, because we're kind of building for something bigger, and I kind of want to have a reason to celebrate, a reason to go out, a reason to do these big things, because right now it's hard to take your mind off of the fact that you still got a long ways to go to just be able to like live, obviously a comfortable life. Like you go to school for 4 years, University of Wisconsin, have the time of your life, go Bucky. And then you go back to living at home, which is definitely a little bit weird. But so I'm feeling pretty driven right now to make shit happen. But at the same time, that for sure comes with, its set of challenges, because you're not kind of living on your own.
Yeah.
Living
Especially
a big boy life.
in the winter time right now with it cold outside. Most of your activities with friends usually is on the weekends, and it's going out and drinking.
Yeah.
But I like that you mentioned like only going out if there's a reason to celebrate, or like not just going out just because, well, there's nothing else for our group to do tonight, so we're just gonna go out. I don't think that's the right recipe for success, and you end up blowing money and maybe blowing the next day because
that I don't have, by the way.
Yeah. So I'm curious how we can be more social without that aspect, which I'm still trying to figure out. Sometimes I feel like I'm pretty lonely. The entrepreneurship life, there's times where you see people all the time when you're doing all these epic shoots, and there's times that I wake up at 7 a.m. and I don't leave my computer until 10 p.m. and I don't even like think about it, and then I'm realizing I never stepped foot out of the house once today, or even got like that one moment of fresh air.
Yeah.
And then you start to think like, dang, like that probably wasn't a healthy day.
I know. Yeah. So there's some truth, y'all. I think like we've been doing we've done a pretty good job at like setting intention and seeing the people that we got to see, and every week definitely are socializing. I just think it feels weird because our main source of like fun and energetic stuff was like going out for so many years. So it's just kind of like switching that norm definitely feels a little bit weird, but yeah, we're meeting cool people, and it's starting to understand like when you're like, all right, I got to get out of the cage. Like I gotta go do something.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, cool. Question number 2 is a work update of the week. Ty, hit me with it, bro.
I think something we've been talking about a lot this week is the battle of, like just the internal battles of knowing when is too much, because there's no formula for that.
There's no 8 to 5 and you're gone.
Especially with you now trying to help me grow the business, and even now you're saying like I don't know when to stop. I don't know when to stop reaching out to potential leads. I mean, there's always going to be another potential lead that you could try to work but with our current model as well right now, like we're really trying to understand how a business is operating, checking out their social media and their websites, and really starting to understand their business needs, maybe the problems that they might have, and really really understand everything that they truly want from a content perspective. Right. Not just what they're saying what they want, but also like, all right, like this is what I think you actually need on top of what you're saying you want to get you to that next level, to solve this problem, to hit your goals. So with every potential lead that someone throws our way, hey, you should check out this guy. Hey, I really like what you're doing. Maybe you could help out our business. We should hop on a phone call. There's a lot more work that we could be doing and are now doing up front. So when we hop on the phone with them for the first time, like we're ready to knock it out of the park for them. And putting in all that work up front makes you really want to land the client, because you're starting to see like, oh, like we're not just going to create a dope video for their website. Like we're going to actually help them grow their business.
Yeah. And
like we get really invested really quick into like, oh, this could turn into like a sweet partnership.
For sure. For sure.
So yeah, the battle of knowing how much to do, and knowing when to knowing when to take a breath and being like, okay, you know what, we made enough money this month. Like, you can go out Saturday and Sunday,
Yeah.
you know, with your friends.
Yeah, like knowing when to celebrate. I mean, like we just talked about, like it's that like weird. It's weird not having your income set, right? It's
Yeah.
like because you're afraid of it being too low,
Yeah.
but you're also afraid that if you land a million clients, that you're gonna be like, all right, well, we got to do the work. So it's just figuring out like what that sweet spot is, and right now it's just being me and you, right? So if there's more work, that just means that there are more clients and more gigs. We just got to get it done.
Yeah, and as we're talking about this right now, I'm thinking like lesson learned. If there's a month where you make $2,000, which I was like the first month I quit my job to do this, full time, and then there you have this dream of making $8,000 a month or making $20,000 a month. Like if you landed some big projects, you can make some money really quickly in this world, and it's like, oh, if only I could get there, only if I could get there. Like looking forward to our the next month, like we can get there, and yet we're still having the exact same concerns and worries as we were when we were making $2,000 a month. So like, yeah, like that's just kind of like full circle thought here. I think you got to figure out what it is that's going to make you happy, and whether that's meditating or just reflecting, doing gratitude practices, and understanding like, reflection. I've made progress. This is good. Because sometimes you forget to breathe and you just keep on going. And, which is great. Keep on setting bigger and bigger goals. But I'm now realizing that, with every step of the way, we're going to have those exact same worries. So you just got to, you got to find your coping mechanism, because you're just going to have to learn to deal with those.
For sure.
Or get over them some way.
Well, yeah, my mind goes to like two things we just talked about, I think, yesterday, which is like that Gretchen Rubin book, like The Happiness Project, and her big thing being like, you can't wait for happiness because you're never going to like hit a mark and be happy. And then also like the Brendan Bouchard book I just read, or he was saying that there's like this, this notion that if you're like working hard for something, or if you're trying to grow personally and professionally, that it has to be, you can't be like happy, you can't feel pleasure, you can't like enjoy that, or else it means you're not working hard enough. And I think that's kind of bullshit. Like I think that's the goal, right? Is to enjoy that, to be happy with where you are, but to understand that the things you want to do in the world and the impact you want to make, like, still requires more effort. But it's like, again, learning to love what that process looks like. And obviously, like, we have an incredible support system of like friends and family and good health, and so like we're covering all the bases. And I think that like now we're getting into the phase of really analyzing that even more than a probably normal person would, to really try to figure out what the ideal life looks like. But everyone obviously goes through shit. So I think that we're doing a pretty good job, considering all the shit going on. So yeah, dude, that's real. That's real.
Yeah, for sure. No complaints. Like, not trying to make it sound like,
no,
like stuff is super hard for us, but it's just,
but like it is hard
on the realities
at times.
Of what's happening right now for us. Because I mean, we don't have it any harder than anyone else. Everyone's going through their own shit.
For sure.
But yeah,
for sure,
it is kind of fun to reflect on those struggles and then realize that, okay, like we have overcome a lot.
Yeah, dude. I'm trying to think I think my like work update of the week is that it's just been kind of baller working together. Like, we've been working together kind of for, I don't know, like 8 months or so now. But like since January started, and like, Tyler Bishop Studios was now a huge part of my focus. And I was just journaling about this literally last night. It's actually right here in my journal. I was like, it's cool because this like storytelling avenue we're trying to go down, and the idea of using stories to like connect humans and to like shed light on big issues in the world, and to help companies that we love grow. And I was thinking about it more and more, and I was like, the cool part of it is that our skills align so well. It's like you have the visual storytelling capabilities, and like my dream is to be a professional storyteller through words and through those things, and just pairing those things, as well as obviously like just you got this operational, like, get shit done mindset. I'm always like, woo, like way up in the clouds. And just like, it's been crazy to see how far we've gone in just like a couple weeks. And even I feel like I've been doing this podcast for, dude, like ever. And it launched a month ago. Like, it's insane to see like where all this stuff's going to go. And so it's going to be pretty cool to see, you know, where stuff goes. Like, it's literally been a month. So he just, we're like in our early mid 20s. So it kind of blows my mind a lot, as you know. I'm always like, dude, like in 5 years we could be, but it's fun to.
No joke. Timmy calls me about every single day, and he starts the call off with yo, Ty, I'm sorry for this, but I'm gonna go real big on you for a second here, and I'm gonna throw out this kind of crazy idea. Don't worry, we won't have to act on it for like another year, but just start. just make sure it's in the back of your head and that you're thinking about it. Like, he literally goes there all the time.
Yeah. Well, you know, I can't help it. It just freaking happens. Okay, question three. Question 3 is, and I think you actually touched on what we wanted to talk about again, but like a lesson learned of you know, the last week in the month of January, and I want you to talk about, you know, you had said something about like how sales isn't like the goal, and at first when you got out of was it Excel? Yeah, Excel Energy. Yeah. Excel Energy, I was like, obviously you were like, okay, I had this big income and now I don't have it. So the goal was just like money. I have to get sales. But now,
filling the gap.
And not that you weren't doing good work, but you just understand now more that like what the service you're doing isn't just about a sale. It's about like actually fitting in a business's needs. So I wanted you to talk about that because I thought that was cool.
Yeah, for sure. And I know I kind of already touched on this just a few minutes ago, but yeah, I think we've learned a lot this month, and it's not like we weren't just trying to make a sale to make a sale. We've always been in the business to help other businesses grow. I just think right now we're getting a lot better at understanding what the business actually needs to grow, not just what the client is coming to us and telling us that they need. And we just got a better process and a better system down for how we approach these initial conversations. And, you know, it's mainly just like the questions we're asking the clients and then sharing what we see with them and kind of shedding light from an outsider's perspective. A lot of the times opens a lot of doors in our, you know, potential clients' head on bigger and better ideas. And, you know, we usually walk away from a conversation with an even better vision than what, you know, the client could come to us stoked about an idea, and by the end of the conversation they're like on cloud 9, you know, like they're like, all right, now the juices are flowing, like now I see it, like now we're gonna do something big. And, you know, those are the clients we want to work with. We don't want to work with someone who, you know, is just, you know, into the, hey, you know, like I just need a quick video of me like talking about the, you know, like whatever it is, my golf course. Yeah. You know, like we're not just like looking for these small things. Like, we're looking to actually help someone tell their story in a very cinematic way, in a very meaningful way, and that we know can like capture the attention of, you know, the viewers that might stumble across.
Well, dude, the other week we were talking to someone and he was like, oh yeah, I'm having a video made for me. And we asked him why. And he was like, no, I don't really know. You're like, what? Like, this dude sold
like,
you?
What are you going to use the video for? And he's like, well, like, they just said they could make a dope video for me. And I was like, but they never asked you, like, do you need a video for your website? Or are you looking for, like, Instagram ads? Or like
sales? Or
they, like, what's... And they're like, no, he's like, no, like, they just said they could make a dope video for me. So I'm, like, paying them to make a dope video for me. And I was like, okay, like, that's cool. Like, great. Like, he's going to get a dope video. But still, like before like any, like, we can deliver a dope video, but like we're also going to make sure that like we're covering off on, you know, like what the actual needs are, you know, before we actually start filming and making the video. Yeah, that was interesting. You were kind of blown away by that.
I was like, dude, okay, paying this dude a couple grand and you don't know why? Like, that's just
Yeah.
with anything in business. It's like, I feel like there should obviously be a goal and around any marketing strategy. And with like video being one of the most popular marketing strategies right now, it was just surprising. So
yeah, but I think that does happen a lot. I think there are agencies out there that are just really good at making sales, and that's great. And at the end of the day, a lot are helping. Pretty much everyone's still helping a business in some way, shape, or form. So it's not like we're knocking on anyone for taking whatever approach they're taking. But it's, again, like, for anyone else who that is, like, take a step back and think about making the sale, but also are you going to impact the business as well, or are you just trying to get a fat check in the bank account?
Yeah, it's about the motive. Yeah, dude, I feel like this week for me was like the big realization was like life and business. Like, it can apply to both. And my boy Gary V, shout out, always putting out fire content. But like, he always talks about this like micro versus macro lens on like business and life. And it's like resonated with me so hard, because there's like two very common, I think, phrases that go out into the world. And like, one is like work hard, and the other is have patience. And there's like this weird, like, well, does having patience mean I just kind of wait and like see what happens? And if I'm working hard, how does that mean having patience? And so he like split that up, I thought, in an incredible way, which was like your macro is like your big vision. And that's what we have to have like patience on, because as we know right now, like the big vision doesn't happen overnight. But then like the micro is your short term. Like, that's when like the hard work comes in, and like the steps to get to the big vision actually happen. And so you can't have one without the other. You can't have, again, just the big vision without actually doing anything to get there. And then if you only are just doing stuff without any big vision, then eventually you're going to burn out. You're not going to have a why. You're not going to have a purpose. You're not going to have like a reason for what you're doing. And you're going to want to just quit, because you're like, why am I putting myself through like any of this? Or why am I even working hard? Or why am I even doing any of this? So learn that like both of those are so important. And the more you like are very in touch with both, like things can start to just happen, like in your life and in business. Like the more you're working hard, but always checking in on this, you get to like a roadblock and you're like, oh, actually, like I think our big vision is kind of like, just a little bit this way. And then you can start working more that way. If you hit a roadblock and you go, actually, maybe it's here. And you start going, and it's like the intersection between working hard and being focused and being disciplined and working at that, but also having like this thing you're super in touch with and understanding, like just like self-awareness on like what do I really want. Like those two things have been, I think, just massive. So I'm excited to keep, and I know that I'm always way more here, but that's why it's good that we balance each other out. But now I'm like, all right, I gotta do this too. And it's gonna be fun to see where all that goes. But all right, closing segment. And this closing segment is called Exposing the Truth About Young Entrepreneurship. So I'll go first. And the truth of my life right now is that everything is honestly pretty good. But the fact of the matter is that I am still living with mom and dad. I can't really afford to move out of home. I could move out of home, but it wouldn't make a lot of sense financially at this point. But live with mom and dad, which again feels weird after living in UW-Madison for 4 years and feeling like I had, ultimate freedom in the world. And like this week, we talked about it. Like I did a podcast in a kitchen this week, right next to a garbage can, and I think some like old pizza. I did a podcast in somebody else's office. I did podcasts, and we're in my bedroom right now doing this. So it's not like a fancy studio. We like literally the camera's stacked on a bunch of books right now. Like this is my life, and this is kind of what it looks like to. Take a photo of it. I'm
taking a photo of this, and just so I can. We'll drop it. We'll drop it into the video. Right.
So it's good, but the truth is that like there's things that we're just doing it. We're making it work, and we're figuring shit out. Todd, give me your truth of the week.
Yeah. Well, just to quickly touch on something, I'm proud of you for your your current outlook on life and finances as well, because you could always afford to move out, but we always see there are some people that just they spend what they earn, and that's not the right. I don't think that's exactly the right approach. Like you're saving for a reason. You're saving because we know we want to do some traveling at the end of 2020.
Don't tell them about it yet.
And all right. And we know that
big things coming.
And then we know that come 2021, like you'll be set and ready to move in with me and some of our group that we're hoping to live with. So, it's not like you're just kind of waiting for the right moment. Like there is a right moment coming, and when that moment comes, like it'll be worth it. Which is January 1, 2020 or 2021. Is when things really.
Dude, yeah, for sure. It's just, like I was like, our lives are so long, dude. I was like, can I sacrifice 10 more months? Yeah, 9 more months and be a mom and dad. And so, anyways,
yeah, cool.
Go for it, bro.
Dude, okay, so I jotted this down because this is kind of my exposing of the truth this week, and that is that I was really craving Chipotle this week. And, it's not like we're making so little money that I can't go out and buy myself Chipotle. But, it's just the principle of the thing that we are saving for something big coming into 2020. And while I think we'll have plenty of money to be able to do that, it is kind of we want to save money. We want to kind of be in that penny pinching lifestyle.
We gonna save that money. What we
do,
we gonna say that.
Yeah, literally.
Use some little Dicky. We can play. Let's crop that in.
That's one
Is
of
that legal? Can we use clips of people's songs?
That's one of my favorite music videos. I love watching that. Ever. Like that's some inspiration for maybe our travels and some of the videos we make while we're traveling. But more to come on that. Anyways, so I was really craving Chipotle, but I had made this huge sweet potato stew in a pressure cooker with beans, and it had spinach and curry and peanut butter and this diced tomatoes and all these incredible ingredients, and it was delicious. But I made so much of it that I had it for like 9 meals in a row, and I was so sick of it. And all I wanted to do was leave the house and get Chipotle, but I felt guilty like going out and buying food when I just had food in the fridge, and it was way easier just to like eat the food in the fridge. And if Timmy's not going out on the weekends, let's save money, like I gotta pull my weight too,
I know, right?
So again, like we're not trying to starve ourselves, and we do spend money from time to time and make sure that we're having fun, but yeah, but then there's also like the principle of like the little things where like well, we can go out and buy $1,000 light, but like we shouldn't spend $10 on Chipotle.
I know. Well, it's like again, every dollar we spend is a dollar that's not going back into the business. So right now, I think our mindset is like, okay, yeah, I could go out and buy, get like a nice meal for $20, go with friends and spend $50 to $80 whatever dollars, but like that's directly coming out of the company bank account. So it's like we don't got to do that right now. So it's crazy. So anyways, everyone. Okay, we're back. Camera shut off right before the closing. Literally. So here we are. But yeah, guys, that was Bishop Brothers Documented 001 first episode. We'll be releasing videos pretty much constantly for the next 20 years. And let us know what you thought, parts you liked, parts you didn't like, things you'd want to hear us talk about. If you want me to make fun of Tyler more, if you think Tyler should also wear a baller fruit shirt next time,
Dude, I was just thinking about that. I'm like, that's the benefit of working for yourself, is you can wear a Hawaiian shirt every single day.
Yeah, and I'm wearing like sweat shorts on the bottom right now, so there's nothing
I was
legit
honestly
about
getting
this.
A little warm. I was thinking that I would just like take my pants off for this interview.
Hey, that's the advantage of waist up. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bishop Bros signing out. Peace. That's good.
And some quick behind the scenes. This is the setup.
This is the crib, yo. Check me out.
This is what we got.
Check me out. My whiteboard.
The stack of books.
Yeah, we're really doing it real studio style. Until next time.
Peace out.
Boys and girls.